Hello everyone, welcome back to Colorado Kid. Today's match sees us travelling to Atletico Mineiro, where we will hopefully extend our winning run by yet another game. We have officially won the first half of the league season. We take a 14-point lead into the second half, and as you will see from the game plan, we welcome into the squad Diego Carlos, who has signed from the youth team on a free transfer, and he has signed on very favourable terms for a player of the quality that we are getting from him. We'll find his contract details when we get back into the game plan at the end of the match. But here we are, we're taking on Atletico Mineiro, a pretty decent side, but all things being even, and I know every time I say this I get bitten in the backside, but all things being even, we probably should be able to get the job done today. So we just wait for the game to start. We are, of course, the away team in this match. Nice little stadium that they have here, the Estadio Raimundo. I didn't read it fast enough. Look at that big bastard number 2 there. He's absolutely bloody ginormous, the fullback. There we go. Off we jolly well go. 90 minutes of action underway here in Brazil. I have to say, the last match that I played off camera was absolutely madcap. We ended up winning 1-0 thanks to a headed goal by D'Alessandro, who was playing in place of the slightly out of form left wing forward. I've still not learned anybody's names, unfortunately. So that's as much information as you're probably going to get from me on that particular match. It's all very bitty at the moment, which I like. I have said this before, I'll say it again. Really quite enjoying the randomness of some of these games. Good tackle, goes out of play. It's going to be a Mineiro corner kick. Moved out to the left wing. Back inside now. They get it clear, and now a counter-attack from Mineiro on this right-hand side as it's swept out here. Nice cross-field ball. Plays the ball forward. It's a decent ball. He's going to have a chance here, or he would have done if he had taken his opportunity. That's a bad pass though, and it lets them gain control straight away. We're just going to leave that. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Judicious use of the super cancel to stop the player from running. Played out to the right hand side here. Here's Zika, who's getting a start in ahead of the regular right back. Again, it's a form issue more than anything else. Perfectly happy with the performance of a lot of these players. Such a bad pass. That wasn't even in the area of the pitch that I wanted it. I wanted to play cross field. Ended up playing it up to the centre forward. Still, never mind. I have to remember that these players are not of the same quality that we left behind in Newcastle. Speaking of which, once the transfer window comes to an official end, we will have a quick summation of everything that's happened at St James's Park in the transfer window. Ball played in, header, goes and hits the bar, doesn't he? Oh, Guerrero. So close yet so far. It's the first real effort on goal today. hand side. Cross gets played in. Defender needs to deal with this. Doesn't. And oh my word, a right mold mix up in the defence. And Oliveira has given Mineiro an unlikely lead here. What was the defender thinking? Did he know anything about it? I think that's a really pertinent question at this point. It might just been hit at him a bit too quick. You see the other player just looks to cross it, looks to clear it. It just bounces off and, well, it's an improvised header, but they all count. I'd be absolutely enthralled if my striker put in a header that looked like that. Inter straight down the other end and oh, off the post, my word. And again, because of the shoot button and the tackle button being the same one on my controller scheme, I've given away a free kick afterwards. No card given, I don't believe. Indeed, he's gotten away with that one. He can count himself a little bit lucky. Here's a chance though. Oh, it's off the post again. Would you believe it? Inter having absolutely no luck here. Shot and a goal, and it's Guerrero with the equaliser. It was only ever going to be him. A brilliant strike from just outside the area on his left peg. Took the ball in his stride and a couple of touches just to get him around the defender, and he puts it past the goalkeeper. It wasn't as far over to the side as the goalkeeper might like to think it was, but it was hit with enough power that he didn't have enough time to react. It's 1-1 here. It's all to play for. He takes it from his toes. And Mineiro away here. Lopez looking to run onto the ball, but he's beaten out by the defender. Can't quite get his shot away here. He's making the right moves. He's just not able to deliver that final shot. And at half-time, it's 1-1. Mineiro taking an unlikely lead before Internacional only 5 minutes later, 6 minutes if you actually can do maths, 6 minutes later, hitting the equaliser. It's been a pretty even game despite the number of shots in favour of Inter. We'll see what the second half brings. Ball out to the right wing, cuts it back for the fullback, who looks to cross it in but can't quite get it on target. Mineiro with the ball now, can look for the counter-attack down this left-hand side. This ball played in between the centre-back and the fullback, but the centre-back gets across, and despite nearly gifting it to the attacking player manages to eventually get it out, and now Inter can look to press home the other end of the pitch. Oh, really? They're tag teaming in here. Nice 1-2 between the Mineiro players. Gets his body in the way, goes out for a Mineiro throw. And here's the first substitution of the game, Elias coming on. Oh, he couldn't get the pass away, just nicked off of his toes just in time. Inter playing with their very lives here. Oh, that's a bad pass. The player had already gone back. Oh my word, what's going on here? The players are tackling each other. Mineiro don't need to win the ball. Here's a chance. He's overrun it though. Oh, just wide. Just wide for Guerrero. Looking to add to his tally. Perhaps he overthought it. Should have just hit it first time, maybe. There's a corner. Velasco plays it in. Out to the edge of the area. Volley. Oh, I don't know how close that was. Camera angle can be very, very tricky to work out exactly how close some of these shots are. I'll assume it was miles away. It's normally safer to say so. And that's going to go out of play for an Inter throw. 73 minutes on the clock. Hulk coming off. Jose Wellison coming on. Don't know if I've pronounced that at all correctly. Velasco is going to make way for D'Alessandro. And a debut for Diego Carlos. Good overlap. Cross deflected. Goes behind for a corner. Oh, free header, and it's gone over harmlessly. A real shame, because he put himself in a prime position to score there. Even with the man on the line, you would have fancied him if he'd got it on target to score the goal. But there we are. It's still 1-0. Mineiro getting very lucky with some of these heavy touches from the Inter players. Zika breaks away here on the right hand side. He's got men ahead of him. Who's he going to pass to? He cuts back, perhaps worried that he's going to give the ball away, and he very nearly gives it away, but instead he's fouled. It's going to be a free kick to Inter in the final third. The ball's flighted forward, headed on. Just unable to get onto it. Referee signals for a corner, unbelievably. Whipped in. Will go all the way out to the other side. It's picked up by Iago. Crosses it in. Nobody there, unfortunately. It was a dangerous looking cross. Looked like he had someone in mind. Crossed in, header. Oh, it's off the post and in. It's the second goal of the game for Guerrero. It's 2-1. And all 3 points look to be heading back to the league leaders. Fantastic header, the power in that. He really had to work the neck. And it's the comeback completed. Might just keep that in. He does. It looks like he might be able to get a cross in as well. Oh, he's wasted a lot of time on the ball there. But somehow Mineiro have been able to feed the ball through. And now Inter can come away with it. Oh, and there's a chance here for Guerrero if he can get clear of his last man. And he is clear. And he's bearing down on goal. He could have the opportunity to wrap this one up. He puts it past the goalkeeper and past the post. Oh dear. Maybe he had too much time to think about it. Perhaps the near post would have been the better option. And that's it, final whistle, game over, 3 points heading back to Inter. Mineiro put up a hell of a fight, but in the end, the quality bore out. And the men in red and white walk away with all 3 points. Guerrero with a man of the match performance. And as we look at the matchday 20 results, we see that Cruzeiro have conceded even more. 2-2 against Vasco da Gama, meaning that unless the other teams around them have won, we're going to see an extension of the lead at the top of the table, and it is now a 16-point gap. Goodness gracious me. I'm sure that at some point Inter are going to go through a sticky patch, but for right now they're just going to enjoy it while they can. Let's have a quick look at the negotiations. We are negotiating. Negotiation has failed. Basically, Santos were trying to rip us off for Wellington. They were offering well under the asking price. I tried to bump them up to 2.3 million and it has failed, so never mind. Never mind, eh? We have other irons in the fire at the moment, but at the moment I'm pretty happy with the squad. Now we've got that extra defender in, we do have options across the pitch, perhaps not quality options, but options nonetheless. So we are pretty happy with what we've got. We're going to be okay. I don't know if we're necessarily going to be making any more forays into the transfer market, given how everything is standing at the moment. Let's have a look at the budget again. 10,500 salary budget, 6.8 million in the bank if we wanted to invest. I'll show you a few players that I've had some interest in recently. Malcolm is not one of them because he's way too expensive for our tastes. But let's head down to the bottom here. So these 3 here, in fact these 4 here, I've been looking at Zuricardo, 28-year-old Brazilian, very good defensively and most importantly cheap. Oliveira I've been looking at as well, 26-year-old Brazilian winger who plays at the moment for Londrina. He is cheap as well, but also looks like he might have a little bit of headroom to improve still. But at 26 years old, he's not going to start tailing off anytime soon. Hulimar, who can play left and right wing, 23 years old. He's got plenty of headroom to become a much better player. Also, he's only on 2,700 a week at the moment. He could cover all across the front line, which is what I'm really looking for. And Bianucci, who is more of an attacking midfielder but could be pressed into an attacking role on the left or the right wing if needed. So these are some of the players that I've been looking at, and you can see that they all share a few traits, except for Ricardo, because being a defensive midfielder. Let's just look at the free wing forward position options. They've all got pace. They're all pretty good at dribbling the ball, and with the exception of Bianucci, they're all reasonably good stamina-wise as well. Um, so we may keep an eye out for them. If we end up selling one of our players, then definitely we'd be looking to bring one of them in. But that's going to do it for another episode of Colorado Kid. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.